Day 3 of baseball here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callist. A game coming to you from the American League East. The Toronto Blue Jays hosting the Boston Red Sox. The Blue Jays won the first 2 games of this series, and there's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Blue Jays ready here in Toronto. Tanner Roark on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays. Those are his statistics from last season. In 31 games started, had a 10-10 record and a 4.35 ERA. This is his first year with the Blue Jays. If I should correct myself, those weren't his stats from last year with the Blue Jays. He's a previous Cincinnati Red. Also played for the Washington Nationals. Andrew Benintendi stands in, takes a ball outside, 1-0. Andrew Benintendi made his debut with the Red Sox in 2017. Regularly plays left and center field. More over left field, though, during American League games, but in the event that the Red Sox play on the road at a National League ballpark, Benintendi typically shifts from left to center, and JD Martinez goes to left with no designated hitter. Grounded to first. Bobbled for a second by Brandon Drury, but he rebounds in time and throws to Tanner Roark covering first. And that's out number 1, and here's the starting lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Pretty similar to last season, except there's Michael Chavis playing second base now, and Kevin Pillar signed a deal this offseason, playing right field and batting in the 9 spot. But Michael Chavis, somebody to look out for. He will most likely regularly is still a question mark. There's no confirmed time that Dustin Pedroia will return to the Red Sox. And there's been a lot of speculation that his playing days in the majors are over. But nothing confirmed, nothing definite. And it's 2-0 now on Rafael Devers. One of the younger additions to this Boston Red Sox team. Tanner Roark's 2-1 pitch. That's hit well to the left side. Played over there by Vlad Guerrero Jr. He throws to Brandon Drury. And that's the second out. Here's Xander Bogaerts. 2 outs, bases empty. Xander Bogaerts made his debut with the Red Sox in 2013 when they won the World Series, and Guerrero Jr. can't make the play. Backing him up is Bo Bichette, but wow, that scores decision's a base hit for Xander Bogaerts. So that's the first hit of the game on a misplay by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Now here's cleanup hitter JD Martinez and the designated hitter of the Red Sox. Those are his statistics from a season ago with the Red Sox. Martinez went 2 for 4 yesterday in the loss against the Blue Jays. Is 2 for 7 in the series. 1-1 pitch getting ready to come to him. The former Detroit Tiger broke out with the Tigers, was traded to the Diamondbacks in the middle of the 2017 season, went to the playoffs with them, then signed a deal with the Red Sox in 2018 and won the World Series in his first year. 1-2 pitch. Hit well on the ground to the left side. That's a base hit. And bobbled in the outfield. Throw goes into third. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. had some trouble with it out there, though, in left field. Just ran up on it too quickly. Fortunately for the Blue Jays, Bogaerts doesn't advance anywhere further than second base, and that'll bring up number 5 hitter Mitch Moreland. Batting 125 in the series. Moreland went hitless yesterday and in and got one hit in game one of this series. 0-2 pitch coming from Tanner Roark. That misses too high. Counts 1-2. Moreland, former Texas Ranger. It came over to the Red Sox around the time that David Ortiz retired, and he's been a first baseman and a middle of the order bat ever since coming to Boston. 1-2. On the ground right side, Brandon Drury throws to Tanner Roark, who runs, steps on the bag, and that ends the inning. So despite two Red Sox hits with 2 outs, they fail to score. On to the bottom of the first inning, it's Boston 0, Toronto coming to bat. Martin Perez on the mound with the Red Sox. He is making his Red Sox debut today. Those are his statistics from when he was with the Minnesota Twins last season. And here comes Bo Bichette. Played in his rookie season last year and has found himself at the top of the order to start the 2020 season. And the first pitch thrown by Perez, hit in the air. Kevin Pillar makes the catch. And that's out number 1. Martin Perez spent 7 years with the Texas Rangers. Spent 1 year in Minnesota prior to his signing with the Red Sox this year. There's a starting lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays. A lot of young talent on this team. Only a few veterans, but Danny Jansen, Derek Fisher at the bottom of this lineup. Both young in their mid-20s. Bo Bichette, Cavan Biggio, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. all came up last season for the Blue Jays. So those three will be entering their first full Major League seasons. At least are expected to. Counts no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and Biggio goes down on strikes. And that's the first strikeout for Perez. Second strikeout of the inning. And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter now, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Has a brother in the league that plays for the Houston Astros, Yulieski Gurriel. And that pitch misses low, ball 1. 20 home runs in the 2019 regular season. That ball hit well to right field. That's going to fall in front of Pillar. And Lourdes Gurriel Jr. aboard with a 2-out single.
Number 27.
Several hits coming in this first inning. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He is a rookie. Made the home run derby. Had an excellent first half of the season since he came up, but post All-Star break fell into a decline. Rips that pitch into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. Jackie Bradley Jr. running to field it. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. rounds third. The throw from Bradley to Bogaerts is just cut off and held by Xander Bogaerts. Run scores from first base. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. his first RBI of the season. And the Blue Jays lead this one 1-0. Yesterday was a pitcher's duel. Only 1 run was scored amongst the two teams, and now here in the first inning, 4 hits distributed evenly between the two teams, and the Blue Jays already have a run. Here's Randal Grichuk. Former St. Louis Cardinal was traded to the Blue Jays when the Cardinals went through a tiny rebuilding phase around 2017 and 18. Been a primary choice in the outfield. Typically plays right, but also plays some center field. And he is playing center in today's game. Martin Perez, 1-1 pitch, or 2-0 pitch. Excuse me, that misses low. Counts 3-0, and Teoscar Hernandez, the man with a hot bat, due on deck. .3-0 pitch coming to Randall Grichuk. And that misses high. Ball 4. 2-out walk. And Teoscar Hernandez coming to the plate. Those are statistics from the 2019 season. However, Hernandez has started the year off 2 for 6, and he has homered in each of the first 2 games here against the Blue Jays. And that home run that he hit yesterday was the only run that was scored off Nathan Eovaldi. And that helped the Blue Jays win that game and take a 2-0 lead in this series. 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. Counts even at 1. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. This is game 1 of 2 games being featured today. AL East matchup, Red Sox Blue Jays. That pitch misses low. Counts 2-1. Teoscar Hernandez, a former Houston Astro, played mostly center field for them, and now playing more left field consistently ever since coming to the Blue Jays. But in the first 3 games of, or now in the first 3 games of the series, he's had a start as designated hitter. Devers stopped that ball from going to the outfield, but Randall Grichuk is safe at second. And reaching there with what is ruled a single is Teoscar Hernandez. And now Brandon Drury comes to the plate. 2 outs and the bases loaded for him. The Blue Jays scored a run after Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit home Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Red Sox not out of hot water yet. 0-1 pitch from Perez. Softly hit right side of the infield, played by Michael Chavis, and an inning that could have been worse is stopped with the Blue Jays scoring only 1 run. But it was on this Vladimir Guerrero Jr. double, and through 1 full inning, the Blue Jays lead the Red Sox 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Toronto Blue Jays scored on a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. double in the bottom of the first inning, and now the Red Sox will send up 6, 7, 8 hitters for the stop of the second. Michael Chavis, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Christian Vasquez all scheduled to bat. Michael Chavis is another young player on this Red Sox team. He's 24. Came up more as a third baseman, but has since transitioned to play second, since second base has been up in the air with Dustin Pedroia injured and a few players coming in and out of the system. But he's also a first baseman as well. Batted .254 last season with 18 with 18 home runs and 58 RBIs in 95 games. Made his debut in April of last season with the Red Sox and hits that one on the ground left side. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. throws over to Brandon Drury, and a solid play by the Blue Jays defense to begin the top of the second. And speaking of their defense, here it is. No player in the field has won a Gold Glove in their career. But some promise for that middle infield, Bo Bichette and Cavan Biggio. And if those last names sound familiar, they are. Bo Bichette is the son of Dante Bichette, who had a stint with the Boston Red Sox for a short time in his career, but made his name with the Colorado Rockies. And then Craig Biggio is the father of Cavan Biggio. Craig Biggio, a longtime Houston Astro. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr. 286 average in this series. Playing center field for the Red Sox. Hits that one on the ground, and he was shifted. So there's Bichette. Playing that one to the right of second base. Throws to Drury in time, and Jackie Bradley Jr. out. And that's 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Christian Vasquez, the number 8 hitter for the Red Sox and catcher, coming up to the plate. Had more of a breakout offensive season last year, belting 23 home runs and posting a .276 average. Called strike 0-1. 2008 draft pick with the Red Sox. Hitless, though, in this series. Vasquez is 0 for 6.
1-1.
1-1's the count. Vasquez also a solid defensive catcher with this Boston Red Sox team. Though the Red Sox acquired Jonathan Lucroy in the offseason to be a veteran backup to Vasquez. Vlad Jr. throws over to Brandon Drury, and that ends the top of the second inning. Red Sox get no runs on no hits and leave no runners on base. Going to the bottom of the second, it's Toronto 1 and Boston 0. Here's Derek Fisher coming in for the Blue Jays. Well, like coming up to the plate, not coming in. Playing right field for the Blue Jays. Batting in the 8th spot. 8-9 hitters due up for Toronto. Derek Fisher, Danny Jansen, and then back to the top of the order for Bo Bichette. Martin Perez pitching in his second inning, and that's a line drive. Hit out to Andrew Benintendi. Derek Fisher's out. That's 1 out here on the bottom of the second. And there's the starting defense for the Boston Red Sox. This team hasn't made an error yet. And some pristine outfielders there. Kevin Pillar, the newest addition. But not really any defensive liabilities out there that can be talked about. Pretty solid defense. Quality defense on this Boston Red Sox team. Danny Jansen to center. Jackie Bradley Jr. leaps. He can't make the play, and that's a home run for Danny Jansen. Solo home run here in the bottom of the second inning. The Blue Jays extend the lead. It's 2-0. He got the right part of the bat on that. And you could hear it. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. doubled home Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in the bottom of the first, and with 1 out here in the bottom of the second, Danny Jansen, solo home run to the deepest part of this ballpark, the Rogers Center. Now it's 2-0. Remember, this is Martin Perez's regular season debut with the Boston Red Sox.
2-0.
Just signed a deal this past offseason and struggling early in this one. 2-0 pitch. That's a strike, 2-1. So it's still early, but the standings right now in the American League West have the Blue Jays in first place. The Blue Jays won the first 2 games of this series. The Red Sox are in last place in the division because they lost 2 games. Up the middle, past Perez. That's a base hit for Bo Bichette. And he's got his first hit of the afternoon.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
But the Orioles, Rays, and Yankees all did not play yesterday. The Orioles 1-0 in second place, and the Rays and Yankees tied for third. with 0-1 records. The Rays lost to the Pirates back on Thursday, and the Yankees lost to the Orioles in Garrett Cole's debut with the Yankees in the regular season. Here's Cavan Biggio. Strike one called. Those are his stats from last game. He did not get a hit last game. Biggio got 1 hit and 4 at bats in Thursday's game. So he's 1 for 7 on the season right now. 1 for 8. Actually, adding his first at bat to that list. 0-2 pitch coming from Perez. That misses low. Counts 1-2. Biggio, 24 years of age, made his debut at the age of 23 last year. That pitch misses high, counts even at 2. Biggio last season finished with a .234 average, 16 home runs, and 48 RBIs. That was in 100 games played with the Blue Jays. Made his debut on May 24th, 2019. And he strikes out swinging there. Both strikeouts Perez has
Up next for the Blue Jays
are from Cavan Biggio, and with 2 outs, here's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He singled with 2 outs last inning and then scored on the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. double. That hit water right center field. Jackie Bradley Jr. running after it to the wall. He makes the catch, and that ends the inning. But Danny Jansen doubles the Blue Jays lead with this home run. Through 2 full innings, Blue Jays 2, Red Sox 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. AL East matchup between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays 2-0 in the series. Red Sox 0-2. Kevin Pillar, one of the newest outfielders playing for this Boston Red Sox team, signed a minor league contract with the Red Sox this past offseason and ended up making the team. Playing right field while Alex Verdugo's in the minors, still developing. On the ground, first base, Brandon Drury steps on first base, and that's the first out to start this 3rd inning. Back to the top of the order is Andrew Benintendi. 0 for 1 grounded out back in the 1st inning. Red Sox got a couple hits with 2 outs in the 1st, but failed to score and went down 1-2-3 last inning. Benintendi was drafted in the 1st round of 2015, made his debut a couple years later in 2017, and was a big piece of the Red Sox 2018 World Series champion team. .2-0 pitch.
3 balls, no strike.
Misses up high, counts 3-0. Benintendi is now on his 3rd manager, though. The Red Sox, when Benintendi came up, had John Farrell as manager. That pitch line foul. John Farrell was his first manager. Alex Cora was hired for the 2018 season. Managed in 2018 and 19. But because of the Astros scandal and the rippling effects it had, Cora and the Red Sox parted ways, and now Ron Renicky is the interim manager for the Red Sox. So Benintendi on his 3rd manager, and will more than likely get a 4th manager if the Red Sox, whenever the Red Sox desire to hire an outside and new manager. That pitch misses inside. Benintendi just walked. Here's Rafael Devers, 0 for 1. After 1 at bat. On the ground foul, count is even at 1-1. Rafael Devers, 23 years of age.
Nope.
was an international free agent signing out of the Dominican Republic with the Boston Red Sox and made his debut with the team on July 25th, 2017. 2-1 pitch. Hit well but foul. Count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Roark's 2-2 pitch. That's lined and foul. These games still part of opening week. This is day 3 of baseball.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
And these two teams were 2 of 16 teams that played yesterday as well. The rest of the teams had an off day. But all 30 teams should be playing today. That's a fair ball past Guerrero Jr. Played by Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He'll throw it in to Bichette.
The bat, number 2.
A walk and a single. Put runners at first and second for the Red Sox. There is Xander Bogaerts. He's 1 for 1. On the ground foul, strike 1. Benintendi on second base. He walked with 1 out in this top of the 3rd inning, and then Rafael Devers just singled. He's on first. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Grounded up the middle, played at second by Biggio. Throws to Bichette, back to Drury. Bogaerts beats out the back end, but the Blue Jays report it out.
The designated hitter, J.D.
Benintendi advances from second to third on the play. Now it's first and third, 2 outs. Here's J.D. Martinez. He's 1 for 1. He also singled in the first inning. And fouls that one off. That's strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Misses low, counts even at 1.
1-1.
J.D. Martinez started his career in 2011 with the Houston Astros, was dealt to the Detroit Tigers, played there from 2012 to 2017. And in the middle of the 2017 season, he was traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks and then signed a 4-year contract with the Boston Red Sox. This is year 3 of that deal. His team down 2 and tying run at first base. In the dirt, blocked by Jansen. He'll throw to third, but Guerrero Jr. wasn't even covering the bag. And now the count's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Roark's pitch. It's on the ground and foul. So this game has some significance. Both Tanner Roark and Martin Perez are making their debuts with their respective teams.
Full count, 3-2.
Both were signed in the offseason. And each had played for only 2 teams before signing with their new ones. 3-2 pitch. Runner goes from first. Swing and a miss. And an impactful strikeout there. That prevents the Red Sox from scoring, and that ends the top of the 3rd. No runs on a hit and a walk. 2 runners left on. Going the bottom of the 3rd, it's Toronto 2 and Boston 0. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming to the plate now for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Third baseman, number 27.
4, 5, 6 hitters due up for Toronto. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Randall Grichuk, and Teoscar Hernandez. All due up. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is 1 for 1 in this game with an RBI.
Nope. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
In the series, Guerrero Jr. is now 3 for 8 as he fouls that pitch off. Counts 1 and 2. Softly hit. Pilar runs it down. And that's out number 1. And that'll bring up number 5 hitter now, Randall Grichuk.
The center fielder, Randall Grichuk.
Randall Grichuk walked. Back in the first inning, is 2 for 6 in the series. And takes ball 2 just outside, counts 2-0. Grichuk, naturally a right fielder, but
2 balls, 1 strike.
playing center field for the Blue Jays to start this season. Has started 2 games now in center field. And fouls that pitch off, counts even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hit well, base hit, past the infield. Randall Grichuk's aboard with a 1-out single. Hit it against the shift.
The designated hitter, Teoscar Hernandez.
There's Teoscar Hernandez. He is 1 for 1 in this game. Hot start to the season. He's now 3 for 7 in the series with 2 home runs. Two home runs he hit were in games 1 and 2.
2 balls, no strike.
You see there his last game statistics. He scored the lone run as the runner goes from first. Strike called, thrown on to second, and Randall Grichuk has stolen second base. Looked like he went on first move, and Vasquez couldn't throw him out. But Teoscar Hernandez scored the only run of the game yesterday that gave the Blue Jays a 1-0 win. And the Blue Jays themselves off to a hot start. 2-0 against the Red Sox. Blue Jays finished in 4th place in the AL East a season ago. Strike 3 called on the outside edge. Perez now has 3 strikeouts, and that's out number 2.
The first baseman, Brandon.
A pitch well placed. Teoscar Hernandez strikes out. That's 2 outs. Here's Brandon Drury, former Arizona Diamondback and New York Yankee. He's got quite the interesting story. He was traded as a Diamondback, was a second baseman there, but was traded to the Yankees to play third base. Meanwhile, got injured. That forced up Miguel Andujar and Gleyber Torres to make their major league debuts, and, you know, those two did so well. And Drury, with all the depth, with all the crowded depth on the Yankees in 2018, he didn't make the major league roster and was a bit upset about it, so the Yankees dealt him to the Blue Jays in the middle of the 2018 season, so this is his 3rd year here. Well played by Bogarts, throws out Drury, and the Blue Jays go scoreless in the 3rd. Going to the 4th inning, it's the Blue Jays 2 and the Red Sox 0. 5, 6, 7 due up next half inning. Mitch Moreland comes to the plate.
The first baseman,
It's Mitch Moreland, Michael Chavis, and Jackie Bradley Jr. due up for the Red Sox. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Strike 1 called on Mitch Moreland. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but some technical difficulties. We're back on the air, however. Mitch Moreland just hit a home run. And now it's 2-1. Blue Jays still lead the Red Sox. Blue Jays got a run in the first inning on a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. double.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And they got a run in the second inning on a Danny Jansen solo home run. Chavis up to bat now, fouls that pitch off. Both teams went scoreless in their offensive 3rd inning. And then in the 4th, here now Mitch Moreland led off with a solo home run. Breaking ball finds the top of the zone. Down goes Chavis.
now batting,
Roark throwing more off-speed pitches and locating. Perez has been throwing a bit harder. He's been locating well too, but hasn't been throwing very many breaking balls, and that's your tops pitch speed comparison. There's Jackie Bradley Jr. Broke out with the Red Sox offensively in 2017 and 18. He's been a member of the Boston Red Sox ever since Jacoby Ellsbury signed with the Yankees in 2014. Bradley Jr. came up and has been with the Red Sox ever since. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. makes the play. That's the second out. He was also a 2015 All-Star. There's Christian Vasquez, 2 outs, bases empty. Vasquez 0 for 1 against Tanner Roark. That hit Water right, but foul. Count now 0-2. Oh-2 pitch, 2 outs, swinging a foul ball. Red Sox have a run in on the Mitch Moreland solo home run. Hit one to the right side, but foul. Oh-2 pitch coming again. That's outside, counts 1-2. Mitch Moreland now in the series is 2 for 10. An home run he hit was the first for him on the 2020 season. Roark gets a strikeout there. But Mitch Moreland puts the Red Sox on the board. It's 2-1 going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Oh, Heidi Watney's about to come up on the screen, but she is with MLB Network, not quite here with us here at MLB's Virtual Network. Great reporter, though. Nothing bad to say about her. Here's Derek Fisher.
Leading off for the Jays, the right fielder, Derek.
He is 0 for 1. Former Houston Astro, traded over to the Toronto Blue Jays in the 2018-19 offseason. Had 2 hits yesterday. He's a very quick outfielder. Came up with the Astros as a center fielder, now playing right field with the Blue Jays. Won the World Series with the Astros in 2017. He scored the game-winning run as a pinch hitter in Game 5 in extra innings. Pops it up to Andrew Benintendi. That's 1 out to start the bottom of the 4th inning.
Now batting, number 9.
I'm going to bring up number 9 hitter Danny Jansen. He homered his last time up. Gave the Blue Jays their 2nd run of this game.
Nope,
First pitch misses. That's ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
That's hit in the air. Left field, Andrew Benintendi. Another opportunity to make a play, and he does. And 2 quick outs for the Blue Jays offense.
Now batting, number 11.
Here's Bo Bichette. He singled in the 2nd inning, 1 for 2 against Martin Perez, getting his 3rd at bat in.
1-0.
Counts even out 1-1. Bo Bichette made his debut with the Blue Jays last season.
2-1.
Part of the Blue Jays' young core, which includes Cavan Biggio as well, along with Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and all sons of former Major League superstars. And we didn't mention Vladimir Guerrero Jr., his father, but take away the junior, and that's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s father, Vladimir Guerrero. Former legend with the Montreal Expos and Los Angeles Angels. Also had a stint with the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles, and then his career was over. Bichette works a 2-out walk.
Now batting, the second baseman.
And here comes Cavan Biggio. Biggio's 0 for 2, and 2 of the 3 Martin Perez strikeouts were from Cavan Biggio. First pitch. Chopped foul, it's 0-1. Biggio in the series is now 0 for 9. Here's the 0-1. That's high, counts even 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Blue Jays got their 2 runs in the first and second innings. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit an RBI double in the first. Danny Jansen hit a home run in the second. That ball hit to right, played by Kevin Pillar. Biggio now 0 for 10 against the Red Sox this series, and that ends the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, and no runs scored in that inning by the Blue Jays. No hits but 1 walk, and 1 runner left on base. There's Heidi Watney again, but we can't hear what she's saying, which is unfortunate. I'm sure she's giving some great insight on this game, but no matter. There's Ron Renicky, the interim manager of the Boston Red Sox. Alex Cora and the Red Sox parted ways in the offseason because of the falling out of the Houston Astros scandal. Alex Cora was a bench coach who had been reported to be one of the masterminds, so to speak, behind the Astros scandal. And the Red Sox are using Renicky as the interim manager until they see how he does, or will they hire somebody else on the outside? Kevin Pillar to lead off for the Red Sox. Pillar's a former Toronto Blue Jay, was traded to the San Francisco Giants at the beginning of last season and signed a minor league contract with the Red Sox this offseason and made the Major League roster. 2-1 pitch, hit in the air. Danny Jansen. He plays it. That's the first out. 1 out starts the top of the 5th inning.
Now batting, left fielder.
And now back to the top of the order, Andrew Benintendi coming up to the plate. Benintendi got out in the first inning and walked in the third. This is his 3rd at bat against Tanner Roark, who's pitching efficiently. That hit through the left side, base hit. Both Roark and Martin Perez throwing efficiently in this game. Either one throwing an alarming amount of pitches early. That hit in the air. Left center, Randall Grichuk running after it. He'll make the catch. And going back to first is Benintendi, 2 outs. But these games that the Red Sox and the Blue Jays have played haven't been high scoring throughout the series. In game 1, the Blue Jays won 2-1. And there was 1 home run hit by each team. Teoscar Hernandez's just happened to be a 2-run home run, compared to J.D. Martinez's solo home run. And then yesterday, Chase Anderson made it through 7 1/3 innings for the Blue Jays. And Eovaldi pitched into the 7th, but gave up a leadoff home run to Teoscar Hernandez, and that was the lone run scored. Blue Jays won 1-0. 1-0 pitch. That's ripped foul. Count is even at 1. Xander Bogaerts, one of 2 rookies to triple in a World Series. Him and Mickey Mantle each did that fun little fact there, but that's hit out to right field, played by Derek Fisher, and that ends the top of the 5th. No runs on a hit and 1 runner left on for the Red Sox. Going to the bottom of the 5th inning, it's the Blue Jays 2 and the Red Sox 1. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Lourdes Gurriel to lead off for the Blue Jays, and now a couple of arms throwing in the Red Sox bullpen, Ryan Brazier and Colton Brewer. Martin Perez pitching now into the 5th inning, has 3 strikeouts, but has given up the most runs, which is not a good thing. He's given up 2 runs, gave up 2 runs through the first 2 innings, and pitched the next 2 innings scoreless. That's hit to left field. Oh my! Goodbye home run, and I mean, like, wave goodbye. That's on the express lane into the crowd. Will be kept as a souvenir, and that's just out of this game. Wow. First home run of the season for Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Where'd that one land? Wow. That's a line drive home run. Second home run hit by the Blue Jays in this game. It's now 3-1. And here's a dangerous power threat. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. One-0 pitch. It's outside. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. finished in second place in the 2019 Home Run Derby. On the ground to Mitch Moreland. He plays it, and that's the first out of the bottom of the 5th. So Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit an RBI double in the first inning. That made it 1-0. Danny Jansen homered for the Blue Jays in the second inning. That made it 2-0. The Red Sox scored in the 4th on a home run by Mitch Moreland. Made it 2-1. And then Lourdes Gurriel Jr. hit a solo shot to begin this 5th inning. The Blue Jays offense. Now it's 3-1. And there's Randall Grichuk. Got a hit and walked in 2 plate appearances. Count even 1-1. This is Martin Perez's Red Sox debut. Signed in the offseason with them, and oh my Lord, that's a home run. Randall Grichuk, his first home run of the season. Second home run of the inning, 3rd home run total for the Blue Jays in this game. 4-1's the score. Colton Brewer and Ryan Brazier still throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. And Martin Perez on a short leash now. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. He's 1 for 2 in this game. The Blue Jays have had a player homer now in all 3 games of this series. Teoscar Hernandez had homered in the first 2. But the Blue Jays have gotten 3 home runs in this game. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the only player for the Blue Jays with an RBI that wasn't on a home run. And it's a 3-0 count now on Teoscar Hernandez. Take strike one. And now it's a 3-1 count. Perez works the count back full. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Brandon Drury's on deck. That against the shift into right field. Pilar runs back and enough time makes the catch. And that's the second out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Brandon.
Now here's Brandon Drury. Utility man in the infield. Playing first base for the Blue Jays today, and he is 0 for 2 in 2 at-bats. That ripped low to left field. Going back, Benintendi. That's a home run for the Blue Jays. Brandon Drury hits his first home run of the season. And that is the 3rd home run hit by the Blue Jays in this half inning. 4th of the game for the Blue Jays. 5-1's the score. Well, both offenses were quiet in the first 2 games of this series. 2-1 on Thursday. 1-0 was the final yesterday. Toronto won both, but in this game now, Toronto's offense breaking through. Danny Jansen hit a home run in the second inning. And in this bottom of the 5th, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. homered. Randall Grichuk homered. And Brandon Drury homered. 5-1. The lone Red Sox run came on a home run by Mitch Moreland in the 4th inning. 2-1 pitch. Softly hit out to right field. Catch made by Michael Chavis, and that ends the inning. Blue Jays get 3 runs in that half inning, all on solo home runs, going to the 6th. It's the Blue Jays 5 and the Red Sox 1. Here's J.D. Martinez. No bad here to start the 6th. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Red Sox. J.D. Martinez, Mitch Moreland, and Michael Chavis. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis, and I apologize to you who were watching earlier. If you were in the other link and the game failed, I apologize. But if you went to the channel, this game should come up in live now. It's the top portion of the channel. And another link got sent out to Twitter, so hopefully you found it, but I apologize for those technical difficulties. Popped into the air, caught by Brandon Drury. That's out number 1. But we're back on the air now. It's an AL East matchup between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Here's Mitch Moreland. The only offense for the Red Sox today. Hit that solo home run back in the 4th inning. Otherwise, he's 1 for 2. Take strike 1. Tanner Roark pitching into the 6th inning now. Started for the Blue Jays. This is his first start in a Blue Jays uniform. Roark made his debut with the Washington Nationals in 2016 and was later traded to the Reds. He was traded to the Reds in the 2018-19 offseason, hit free agency for the first time in his career, and signed with the Blue Jays. 1-2 pitch. Too far in, counts even at 2. And now a 2-2 count. Bad weather here in Toronto today. It's raining, but the Rogers Center has a retractable roof, which is closed, so got ourselves some dry conditions. Counts to leaving at 2 after that foul ball. And hit on the ground and foul. Counts still 2-2 on the former Texas Ranger and World Series champion with the Boston Red Sox. On the ground. That'll be foul. Mitch Moreland was a part of the 2 Rangers teams that won the division in 2015 and 16. And pops that pitch up and foul. Count is still 2-2. And again, fouls that pitch off. That was the 10th pitch of this at bat. Eleventh pitch fouled off. And Moreland extending Roark's pitch count. 88th pitch of Roark's outing is a strike. 12th pitch of the at-bat does it. Ball drops, so Jansen will have to throw to Drury, and that completes the strikeout of Moreland. 2 outs, 4th strikeout for Roark. Here's Michael Chavis. Chavis over 2, strikeout and a ground out on his line score. Strike 1 finds the top of the zone. There's Ron Renicky, interim manager of the Boston Red Sox. 0-1 pitch. Up too high, that's a ball. Counts even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Michael Chavis made his Major League debut with the Red Sox last season. And will most likely be their consistent second baseman going forward. If that stays fair, that's a home run, and yes, it will. Balls are flying at the Rogers Center. Solo home run for Michael Chavis. And the Red Sox still down, but by a shorter deficit, now down by 3 runs. It's 5-2. Yeah, it was just a hanging breaking ball. And give Mitch Moreland a lot of credit, extending that previous at-bat to 12 pitches before striking out, and that very well could have taxed Roark enough to make him make a mistake in the next at-bat. And with 2 outs now and a run in, here's Jackie Bradley Jr. The Blue Jays in the bottom of the 5th had 3 solo home runs. Gave themselves a cushion. But that's the 6th home run now hit between these 2 teams. The Blue Jays have 4 home runs. That was the Red Sox second. Bass and Caviglio in the bullpen for the Blue Jays now. The Red Sox had Colton Brewer and Ryan Brazier warming up about an inning and a half ago. And the Red Sox bullpen counts 2-1 now on Jackie Bradley Jr. And Roark wants a new ball. 2-1's the count. Jackie Bradley Jr. became the primary center fielder of the Red Sox in 2014. Jacoby Ellsbury was his predecessor. Ellsbury signed a deal with the Yankees in the 2013-14 offseason, and Jackie Bradley Jr. has been the center fielder for the Red Sox ever since. Fly out there to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. That ends this half inning, but Michael Chavis gives the Red Sox another run. It's 5-2 going to the bottom of the 6th.
Your attention, please. Now,
Martin Perez, his pitching outing is over. Ryan Brazier coming out of the bullpen. Pitched in one game so far this season.
Leading up for Toronto, the catcher, number 9.
He pitched in relief of Eduardo Rodriguez in the season opener. And walked one, pitched an inning. Gave up one hit. But he pitched a scoreless 8th inning. That pitch misses inside, counts 2-0, but here he is pitching in his second game. Third game of the Red Sox season. That pitch called a strike. Danny Jansen up to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He hit a solo home run in his first at bat. And takes strike 2. Swing and a miss. Danny Jansen leads off the Toronto Blue Jays. Bottom of the 6th with a strikeout. And now back to the top of the order for the Jays. Bo Bichette, shortstop, coming up to bat. Bichette is 1 for 2. He singled in his most recent at bat. First pitch. Too high, it's ball 1. His career started with the Los Angeles Angels as Bichette hits that one out the left. Benintendi seems to have a play on it, and he'll make the catch. That's 2 outs. But Brazier was a failed starter.
Number 8, second baseman, Kevin.
Or was never a starter. He was a failed relief pitcher within the Los Angeles Angels organization. And went back down through some minor league organizations, but really had to fight his way back to Major League Baseball. And in 2018, in 34 games out of the bullpen, he had a 1.60 ERA, and helped the Red Sox win the World Series in 2018. He's been a strong bullpen arm for them ever since then. Been consistent. Last year wasn't as much of a plug as he was in 2018. Had a 4.85 ERA last season in 62 games. And got 4 losing decisions out of 6. That pitch swung on and missed. Counts even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5-2, Blue Jays lead the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 6th inning. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Apologize for all the technical difficulties going on, but trying to keep the stream running as long as possible. But something going on with the internet today, and it is thunderstorming here in Toronto, so that might have something to do with it. The internet might be going in and out, but here's the 2-2. Got him swinging. That ends the inning. Ryan Brazier pitches a scoreless inning in his first out of the bullpen. Through 6 full innings, it's the Blue Jays 5 and the Red Sox 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
Justin Miller replaces Tanner Roark out of the bullpen to start the 7th inning.
Justin.
Has pitched in 1 game so far with the Blue Jays.
Leading off the Boston, the catcher, Christian Vasquez.
Miller pitched on Thursday, on opening day. Pitched 1 scoreless inning out of the bullpen and struck out 2. And throws a strike to Christian Vasquez. It's 0-1. 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Red Sox. Christian Vasquez, Kevin Pillar, and then Andrew Benintendi. All scheduled to bat this half inning. Swinging a foul ball, counts 0-2. Biggio makes the catch. Glove close to the ground. That's out number 1. And Kevin Pillar coming up to the plate, former Toronto Blue Jay. Stands in against Justin Miller. First pitch.
Ball one, no
That's
strike.
ball 1. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis.
We got a ball, one strike.
Strike called there. Alex Verdugo was acquired in the Mookie Betts David Price trade this past offseason. He's right now in the minor leagues. The Red Sox wanting him to develop a little more, and Kevin Pillar made the roster and is filling the right field position as a veteran. Hit one to left. That's foul. Counts 1-2. But Kevin Pillar was a 2011 draft pick. 32nd round, he was taken by the Toronto Blue Jays and made his debut with the Blue Jays in 2013. Played for the Blue Jays for 7 seasons, or 6.5, more accurately, because he was dealt to the San Francisco Giants in 2019. Played 156 games for them. Giants still rebuilding and did not elect to sign Pillar back. Trying to develop a young outfield. They did, however, the Giants sign back Hunter Pence, who they didn't renew his contract after the 2018 season, but Pence made the All-Star team in the American League with the Texas Rangers, and
I got to count 2-2.
and got a deal back with the Giants for the 2020 season. 2-2 pitch. Got him on strikes. Well-placed pitch. Justin Miller gets a strikeout.
Now back.
And that's out number 2. Back to the top of the order for Benintendi. He singled in his most recent at-bat. Also walked earlier in this game. He's 2 for 3 in plate appearances. Or for his on-base percentage, more specifically, 1-0 pitch. That misses inside, counts 2-0. Don't forget as well, coming up at 7:10 p.m. National League East matchup will take place. The New York Mets and the Washington Nationals playing each other, and that game will be covered here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. And that starts at 7:10. Popped into the air, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. under it. He'll make the catch. Stretch time here at the Rogers Center. Going to the bottom of the 7th. Blue Jays lead the Red Sox 5-2.
7th inning stretch. Your attention, please.
Heath Hembree coming out of the bullpen for the Red Sox. Hembree now the third pitcher to make an appearance for the Red Sox. The second one out of the bullpen. Ryan Brazier pitched a scoreless bottom of the 6th. And here's Hembree, who made his debut with the San Francisco Giants in 2013. Was a 5th-round draft pick of the Giants in 2010. But on July 26, 2014, the Red Sox traded Jake Peavy to the Giants for Edwin Escobar, a prospect, and Heath Hembree. And Hembree has made at least one appearance for the Red Sox.
1-2.
For the Red Sox in each of the last 6 seasons. Hasn't been an outstanding bullpen arm, but is a decent reliever and gets the job done more often than not. Grounded to short, played by Xander Bogaerts, throws to Mitch Moreland. 1 out, starts the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now batter, Number
You're
27.
watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Blue Jays struck first in this game. This man right here hit an RBI double. That made it 1-0. Danny Jansen in the bottom of the second hit a solo home run. That made it 2-0 Blue Jays. Top of the fourth, Mitch Moreland hit a solo home run. That made it 2-1. And then in the bottom of the fifth, the Blue Jays offense broke out. 3 solo home runs were hit. One was by Lourdes Gurriel Jr., one by Randall Grichuk, and one by Brandon Drury. That made it 5-1. And in the top of the sixth, Michael Chavis hit a solo home run, and that made it 5-2. These two teams, in the first 2 games of this series at least, didn't score very much. 2-1 Blue Jays was Thursday's score, and then yesterday the score was 1-0 Blue Jays. But here, significantly more offense today than the previous 2 days. 1-1 pitch. That's high, ball's too far up high. 2 ball, 1 strikes the count, bottom of the seventh. That pitch misses high, counts 3 balls and 1 strike. Teoscar Hernandez on deck. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. This is the place where you can watch baseball and pretend like opening day was never delayed. I'm Nicholas Callis. This is an AL East matchup. The Blue Jays have beaten the Red Sox twice in each of the first 2 games of this series. Blue Jays also the leaders in the American League East through 2 games. Of course, still too early in the season to call them leaders, but there they are. Swing and a miss. Heath Hembree pitches a scoreless bottom of the 7th inning. We'll go to the 8th. It's the Blue Jays 5 and the Red Sox 2.
Your attention, please.
Anthony Bass comes out of the bullpen, and he'll pitch to start the 8th inning for the Blue Jays. This is the 3rd pitcher now the Blue Jays have used in this game. Justin Miller pitched a scoreless top of the 7th inning. Tanner Roark went 6 full innings and gave up 2 earned runs. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the Red Sox. Rafael Devers, Sander Bogarts, and J.D. Martinez all due up. First pitch strike thrown by Bass. It's 0-1. 4 solo home runs by the Blue Jays in this game have expedited them to 5 total runs and a 3-run lead late in this game. Devers hits that one deep to left field. Running back is Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and Gurriel Jr. makes the catch. That's out number 1. And here's the starter comparison. Both of these pitchers made their debuts with their respective teams today. One slightly better than the other, but no shutouts. And Perez, all 5 runs to this point by the Blue Jays were scored off him. All of them were earned. Swing and a miss, strike 1. On the ground left side, played there by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He'll throw to Brandon Drury, and that's the 2nd out of the 8th inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
And J.D. Martinez gets ready to come to the plate. Martinez hit a solo home run in Game 1 of this series. In today's game, he's 1 for 3. And he bats with 2 outs and the bases empty. First pitch from Bass. Too far out of the zone, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's a strike, counts even 1 ball and 1 strike. On J.D. Martinez, designated hitter for the Red Sox. It's been that way ever since he came to the team in 2018. Grounds that one towards second. Biggio throws off the bag. Martinez safe at first.
Now batting.
And the scorer's decision on that one's a base hit. Wasn't quite a routine play. Bichette still had to hurry, and Biggio, played that at second. So a base runner for the Red Sox in the form of J.D. Martinez. Now here's Mitch Moreland coming to the plate. 1 for 3. He hit a solo home run in the top of the fourth inning to lead off that inning. One of 2 solo home runs the Red Sox have hit in this game. This is the first time Moreland's facing Bass. Bass came out of the bullpen and started this 8th inning. Here comes the 1-0, or 2-0. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Count is 2-1.
That's a strike, top of the zone, count even 2-2. So this is game 3, by the way, of a 4-game series. These two will play each other tomorrow. And if the Blue Jays can hold on, they'll win the series. After winning the first 2 games and in the lead now. He ended up striking out, but it was a 12-pitch at bat. And right to Derek Fisher, and that ends the top of the 8th inning. No runs on a hit for the Red Sox, and 1 runner left on base. Going to the bottom of the 8th, the Blue Jays lead the Red Sox 5-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Here's Colton Brewer. He's been throwing on and off in the Red Sox bullpen, but making his debut in 2020. We'll face Teoscar Hernandez to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Blue Jays. Teoscar Hernandez, Brandon Drury, and then Derek Fisher. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Blue Jays. Colton Brewer now the 4th pitcher to throw for the Red Sox in this game. Ripped to left field. That's going to be a base hit. Jackie Bradley Jr. will throw it in quickly, and that's a leadoff single for Teoscar Hernandez.
The first baseman, number 3, Brandon.
Here's Brandon Drury. He hit a solo home run. It's part of a 3-home run effort by the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 5th.
0-1.
Swings and misses at that pitch. That's strike one. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 0-1 pitch coming to Drury. That misses high, counts even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Darwinson, Hernandez, and Matt Barnes both throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. That pitch misses too far in, counts 2-1. Drury also played in the American League East with the New York Yankees and was traded over here in the middle of the 2018 season. He's played third base for the Blue Jays, but since Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was promoted, Drury will play other positions. Might go back to second every so often, but in this game starts at first base with that vacancy being a need. And he strikes out swinging against Colton Brewer. Brewer with 1 strikeout.
Now batting, right fielder.
1 away.
Fisher.
So with 1 out, Derek Fisher coming up to bat now for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3 in today's game. Take strike 1. Fisher, former Houston Astro, now here with the Toronto Blue Jays. One of the fastest outfielders in the game. That pitch misses, ball one. It's hard to believe that the Blue Jays now have been without Jose Bautista in a couple years now. Hernandez back at first safely. Hernandez has a hit in all 3 games of this series so far. Here's the 1-1. Pitch fouled off. The count now 1-2. Jose Bautista played his last game with the Blue Jays in 2017. Had a stint with the New York Mets. He played for several teams actually in 2018, now that I think about it. Played for the Atlanta Braves shortly, played for the New York Mets, the Philadelphia Phillies, and didn't play for anybody in 2019. Counts even 2-2. It's been a while since he's been on the Blue Jays. Was a very productive player for them. But he wasn't signed back because in his older age now wasn't too productive anymore, and Blue Jays want to rebuild around the younger talent that they have coming up now. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. After the leadoff single to Teoscar Hernandez, Colton Brewer strikes out the next 2 Blue Jay hitters. And that's the second out. There's Danny Jansen. That lone hit he has was on a solo home run he hit back in the second inning. Strike called, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Jansen been catching the Blue Jays minor league system for a while. Blue Jays still have an uncertain starter for catcher, but Jansen's the one right now. Catch made out and right by Kevin Pillar. That ends the 8th inning. No runs on, 1 hit for the Blue Jays, and 1 runner left on. Last chance for the Red Sox, down 3, heading to the 9th.
Your attention, please. Now pitching.
And here's Ken Giles.
Number 51. Ken
Giles was asked to pitch in the first 2 games of this series. He's now pitching in his 3rd straight game. And there's Michael Chavis. Had a home run off Tanner Roark in the 6th. That was the 2nd run for the Red Sox. And this long home run. Ken Giles got saves in games 1 and 2 of this series, and looking for his 3rd strike to start the season. That's strike 1.
0-1.
Blue Jays had another run. This would not be a save situation. Here's the 0-1. That's a strike. Counts 0-2.
Count 0-2.
You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Covering this AL East matchup, and that's hit foul. Counts 0-2. The Blue Jays could hold on to the win. They will not be able to lose the series. They will have won 3 and 4 games. They won the first 2 games of this series. And the 4-game series will conclude tomorrow. That pitch swung out and missed. Ken Giles gets a strikeout.
Now batting.
And that's how the 9th inning begins. Jackie Bradley Jr. comes up to the plate. 1 out, top of the 9th. His team down by 3. Here's the first pitch. That misses just a bit low. That's ball 1. Jackie Bradley Jr. 0 for 3. Red Sox offense has been quiet ever since the 6th inning. 2 solo home runs have been the only offense for the Red Sox today. Fouled off, counts even at 1. The Blue Jays scored a run on an RBI double by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the 1st inning, and then got 4 solo home runs, 3 of which came in that 5th inning And they've led all of this game. Well played there by Bo Bichette. Now 2 outs, top of the 9th. And the last chance for the Boston Red Sox, it's Christian Vasquez. Couple of hard hit balls today, just couldn't find any vacant space. He's 0 for 3. Strike one called. Ken Giles looking for his 3rd save of the season in 3 appearances. Debuted with the Philadelphia Phillies in 2014. Was traded to the Houston Astros, won a World Series with them in 2017, and was traded in 2018 to the Toronto Blue Jays. Hit to left. Back Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He's not going to get there. Home run for Christian Vasquez. 7 home runs hit now in this ball game. That's the 3rd solo home run for the Boston Red Sox. And now it's a 2-run game. First run of the season given up by Ken Giles. Still a 2-run cushion. And 2 outs. Here's Kevin Pillar, also hitless in 3 trips. Swing and a miss, strike one. Giles was traded over to the Blue Jays in the middle of the 2018 season, and Roberto Osuna was sent from the Blue Jays to the Astros, and he's been a rather consistent closer for them ever since. Hit in the air, right field. There's Derek Fisher. Catch made. That ends the ball game. The Toronto Blue Jays win this ball game thanks to an explosive offense in the game. Got 5 runs on 4 solo home runs and an RBI double. Tanner Roark gets the win in his Blue Jays debut. Martin Perez, the losing pitcher in his Red Sox debut. Final line score for you, that crooked number in the 5th. The story behind this game. 3 solo home runs were hit in that 5th inning. And the Blue Jays beat the Red Sox. Have won 3 games now of this 4-game series. You see it there. Tanner Roark, the winning pitcher, 6 hits and 2 earned runs given up in 6 innings pitched. Martin Perez, a worse line score there. 5 earned runs on 9 hits and only 5 innings pitched. And Ken Giles now has his 3rd save of the season in 3 appearances. Randall Grichuk, player of the game for the Blue Jays, 2 for 3 with a home run. He's the player of the game, and this one pretty straightforward. Toronto now ahead 3-0 in the AL East, will remain in first place. The Red Sox are still winless, 0-3 now on the season. The Orioles, Yankees, and Rays did not play yesterday, so they're all still they all still have 1 game only under their belt for the season. The Orioles in quote-unquote 2nd place right now with an 0-1 record, and the Rays and Yankees each lost, and they're 0-1 and quote-unquote tied for 3rd place. You've been watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. Stay tuned for the game that'll take place at 7:10 p.m. The Washington Nationals playing the New York Mets. But until then, sayonara from me, Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20.